Hello everyone, this is Zwaxor, SOLFORGE Team A1 Alliance, and welcome to the, for now, final video in my campaign video series. I've been putting this off for some time, because I didn't really know how to grasp this challenge, but this is the Tempys Mastery. And what I've chosen to do, because I've heard that this challenge is sort of very aggressive, very explosive. Korok, the card itself, is a card with aggressive that grants your other creatures aggressive, meaning they'll be attacking immediately. And so I'm thinking it's going to be something along those lines. And so what I've chosen to do is actually play a deck that is very sort of centered around filling up the board and making sure that none of these aggressive creatures is going to get through to my life total directly. And so the way I've built this is it's a mono Uterra plants deck centered around Tuscan Sporelord. Because what Sporelord does is it puts three of these fungi creatures into your deck when you have 3 copies of it, which is a very good underdraw plant guy. And then what it does is it can activate to put a copy of target level 1, level 2, or just any plant, like the same level as itself or lower, and put that card onto the battlefield. So you basically just copy any plant you control. And because of this, I've elected to play cards like Tingle Sprout, because this is pretty much the biggest plant you can come around. Like a 7/8 at level 1 is very good. I'm also playing Torque My Guardian. What this does is when it enters the field, you may banish a plant from your discard pile, and then it buffs itself, depending on what level Torque My Guardian you're playing. And this means I'm going to be able to keep my deck size relatively small, getting rid of all these underleveled plants that I won't be doing anything. And that way, I'm going to try to sort of consistently draw my good cards and beat my opponent that way. We also have we have Branch Weaver Druid, which both fills the board and gives us a plant of a reasonable size. Torque My Mender. The thing with this card is you play it, and then it gives a creature or player plus 5, 8, 12 health. So what you do is you play this, buff your Sporelord's health, and then next turn you copy it, put another 5 health on your Sporelord, and just keep it alive until you can draw a Tangled Sprout to start copying. Then I'm playing Rootforged Avatar, which, like the Tempys Avatar, gets plus 1, 2, and 3, according to how many Uterra cards are in your hand when you play it. And this card, instead of having mobility, it has Breakthrough. So it's basically a 7, 7, 11, 11, 15, 15 creature. When you're playing mono faction, it's often correct to have these creatures in your deck just because they're so strong at levels 1 and 2 just as creatures. Then I have Ferocious Roar. This card should be pretty easy to come by. There are 3 copies in the original faction decks. And since I'm aiming to grow wide on the board, this is the sort of card that I'm going to want to use. I have a new card, Dendrify. What Dendrify does is it replaces a level 2 or lower creature with a 6 attack, 6 health, 3 folk. And level 2 it's any creature, and level 3 it's any creature and free. Basically what I'm going to be using this as is to deal with creatures that are just bigger than mine. Like creatures I can't just kill via trading. Also, in a pinch, this can be used to transform one of my old creatures into this tree folk, which is a plant. Meaning I can copy it with my Sporelord. Lifeblood Dryad is a card that I'm going to be looking to activate as much as possible. What it does is when it enters the field, you basically get a Ferocious Roar-ish effect, as long as you have all 5 lanes filled. So if this is the 5th creature you play onto the board, you get to pump your entire team, including itself. So I'm going to be looking to do that. I'm only playing 2 copies because that is a bit of a narrow condition. And then filling out with these Grove Matriarchs because I just wanted more plants. Not that the card is particularly impressive. So let's get started. Select Uterra plants. Now for your final test. I have taught you all you need to know. Don't hold back. I certainly won't. Oh, and already we're taking 12 damage. He starts off with a level 2 Korok of Kadras, which is an aggressive creature that gives each level 1 creature he controls aggressive. So that's a bother. Yeah, that hurts. So the way I'm going to handle this is I'm going to, off the bat, play this Rootforged Avatar, which is going to be a 7/7, which obviously can contest it. Then I'm going to put this Lycian Shard on. Lycian Shard is an overload card, meaning it leaves my deck instead of going to my discard pile when I play it, and it's just +6/+6 to a creature. I'm going to play that on my Rootforged Avatar to kill off this Korok, which means I'm going to take a fair bit less damage in the coming turns. Lightning Spark to my face and attack and play a Water Walker. Water Walker is a very weak creature. I'm not too sad to see him play that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play another Rootforged avatar here, and then I'm going to play this Fun Guy. Fun Guy is very good at levels 1 and 2. Level 3, not so much, but this deck should generally win before then. And this sets up a trade next turn. Then I'm going to deal him 13. Let's see what this says. Korok is the youngest and most reckless Forgeborn. One of the few Asir that have mastered more than one element, Korok commands both flame and stone. His mastery of both elements helped him win the Tournament of Khans, uniting the Tempys under his leadership. Okay, I didn't know he mastered fire. That's actually an interesting tidbit. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to play this Branch Weaver Druid in lane 5, produce the token in lane 2. Now what I get to do is play Ferocious Roar. Ferocious Roar gives all my creatures +2 attack and +2 health. Now what that does is push this to a 7/7, so it survives the attack from the Rimehorn Charger. It turns this into a 9/4, meaning it survives the attack from the Ash Maiden, and I should be able to pull very far ahead from here. And pass the turn. So see, he is already at 54 health, and I'm sitting pretty safely up at 68. The stone lends me strength, the fire fuels my wrath. Okay, so he gets to put a level 3 Korok counters into his center lane here. Now Korok, level 3, similar to the level 2, gives everything lower level than itself aggressive. So I'm just going to battle here first thing, lose a lot of my board. But here he's at 5, so he's going to die in very short order. So what I want to do here is just make sure that I do not die too quickly at least. So I'm going to play this Rootforged Avatar in front of that, and then this Grove Matriarch in front of that, just to make sure that he doesn't kill me. So he needs to block both my creatures and not take 5 off the breakthrough from this Rootforged Avatar. And he does not elect to do that, and thus he just dies. So that was kind of a misplay from my opponent. He played a Flame Lance on a creature that didn't get killed, whereas he could have killed the guy that was going to kill him. So I'm not really sure what kind of thinking went into that. Maybe faulty programming. But there you see, like, don't fret at the sight of that level 2 Korok. I was lucky to get the combo that could kill him off immediately at player level 1. But a card like Dendrify, as you can see at the bottom of the screen still in my hand, would be exactly the kind of card that actually deals with a level 2 creature really well. So generally, I think the strategy for this particular mission is to just stay aggressive, get rid of the Korok as soon as you can, and then you're going to realize that his creatures aren't all that impressive. So unlike Ironbeard, who had these bunch of free incremental value things, Korok is just all in your face. I have this big guy. If you don't deal with it, you're going to take a lot of damage. And so that generally seems to be the strategy. Sure did work for me here. If you want to employ a similar deck to this, like a lot of the heroics are actually pretty replaceable. I'd say play the Spore Lords if you have them. Roar could easily be replaced by something like Whispers of Dendris, I believe it's called, which is the rare spell that gives +X to your team, where X is your level, your player level, your rank. Since that does pretty much the same thing most of the time. Then you have the Rootforged Avatars could easily be Deep Moss Ancient. It's a 7/7 that becomes a 12/12 and stops there. It only has 2 levels. It's also a rare, I believe. Could also be Deep Wrench Prowler is also a fine replacement. It's a 7/7 8899, I believe, which just has breakthrough at all levels. So it levels really badly, but it's the same strength as Avatar level 1, which is where it matters the most. And then you have Lifeblood Dryad, same thing. Like, that's not really a card you need. It's sort of a bit win more at times, if you get what I mean. Like, you already have a full board when you're playing that card. So Spore Lord is probably the only card I wouldn't look to replace in the deck. I could also look at Splashing Tempest, playing some other large creatures. Something like that. But, yeah, worked out. And I got my first win reward for the day. Mission is complete, and I earn a Korok Khan of Kadras. Korok, as you saw, the level 2 and 3 versions. Level 1 version is a 4/7 aggressive. The level 4 version is an 18/26 aggressive that gives all your other creatures aggressive. Again, this is an interesting sort of design for Forgeborn because, like, it's lower level than him at all the other levels. For level 1, it's obviously none because there are no level 0 cards. But because he gets to go to level 4, he just gets to go each other creature, because only Forgeborn actually go to level 4. There can be some interesting combos with him and other level 4 Forgeborn, actually, because he actually grants the bonus to them. But yeah, that was a quick video. I made pretty short work of him, and yeah, again, sorry that I haven't been posting much. I've been kind of busy with other things. I have a big assignment coming up that I'm studying for, and I've also been trying to get the A1 Arena to keep running. I also did coverage of the Golden Gauntlet, so there's that. You can go check out the VODs on my Twitch channel for that stuff. And if you have anything else you'd like to talk about me with, you can go down, comment below. You can send me an email at whatdoyoumeanzwaxor@gmail.com. You can tweet at me at Zwaxor. Go follow me there as well. Go follow the Twitch channel. Damn. Ugh, words. And I'll see you all next time. Stay classy, Forgeborn.